right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Super Exponential Podcast. I'm gonna just tell you right now, I'm a little stuffy, so if I sound weird, I apologize. Allergies are kicking my butt right now.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Tell me about it. Yeah. So today, we don't exactly have a topic, so we're just gonna kind of freeball it, I guess, of a sort. But I do have something. Just to kind of start us off with, I did actually finally get a VR headset, specifically the Oculus Quest 2. So I've been messing with that for a couple of days now, and you're just gonna. I feel like I'm talking by myself, and you're just over there, just like.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to finish talking about, having the item.
Well, I mean. I don't know what all I could say about it other than that it's actually pretty fun.
Well, wait, how much did it cost?
$300, I think.
Good God. Okay.
No. So here's the thing. I was going to Best Buy because, among other things, I need a new PC, and rather than going ahead and building my own PC, I decided just go on ahead and look for buying a pre-built PC.
A lot of the pre-builds are a good value right now. Didn't used to be the case, but
and I just wanted one with like a very not the most recent graphics card, but like probably a year or two older graphics card. So
instead of a PC, you got
well, I was I saw that they had a shit ton of VR headsets at Best Buy when I was there. They're like I'm talking about like by the hundreds or something. There's like 2 pallets of it. So just to give you an idea, if you ever worked retail, when I say 2 pallets, so and then of course there's a Facebook representative there trying to sell them and all that stuff.
Oh no, the salesperson got you.
Well, no, honestly, I was thinking about getting a headset for a while now. I was like, can I afford to get it now or whatever? And I would have just put on my Best Buy credit card anyway. But so yeah, I ended up getting it, took it home, charged it and everything, and played around with it. It's fun. Just a couple of caveats, like I do get a little motion sick when I have to actually turn a little bit and all that. But when I'm sitting down, it's not as bad. So it's a fun little device. I'm trying to think what games I played on there. There was a game called Echo VR, which is a multiplayer like Tron-like game where you're moving around in 3D space and throwing a frisbee or whatever into the other person's goal.
The freaking future is just here.
Oh yeah.
This is the pinnacle of humanity.
And I'm actually
we won't do any better than this. This is the best we got.
It's probably the highest we're gonna go, and then a giant meteor comes in and starts it over again.
There's a meteor coming. It's gonna blow us all up. Enjoy.
But
the VR.
But I mean, it's very responsive. I like it a lot. It just actually, I think the controller itself has like sensors built into it, so it knows when you're actually gripping it. So that way, when you simulate. When you're looking at your hands in the game, it knows you're making a fist or you're pointing or whatever have you. So there's that. I have a program on there called Gravity Sketch, which allows you to draw in 3D. And Sarah was looking at me drawing a little bit. And what'd you say it looked like? Like a crackhead?
Like a crackhead. Like, have you ever seen them? Like, if you weren't wearing the face stuff, it would literally look like a crackhead. Like, you would just be making motions. Oh, man.
You don't even want to know what I was drawing. I was just drawing nonsense.
Oh, wait. You said you haven't seen yourself in VR, right?
No.
Okay. I got you.
Did you record it?
No, I just took a picture.
Take a picture. Let me see.
And then I sent it to other people that you know before telling you that I took the picture.
Oh, well, that's great.
That's why Ben said it was dangerous.
Yeah. And you got my messy room in there, too, a little bit. Oh, I do look kind of goofy. It looks so weird when you're looking at yourself with a fucking headset on.
It's just thank God for the headset, because if it didn't have the headset involved, you would definitely look like a crackhead.
Yeah. What was the other game I tried out? I tried out a music game. It wasn't Beat Saber. I haven't gotten that yet because it's $30, and I'm waiting to drop.
I won't spend $30, he says, after spending $300.
Shut up. That's not what I mean. Yes, I'll probably end up buying it like. I don't know, maybe today or something. I don't know. I'm actually very surprised how responsive it is and all that. It's almost, there's like no delay with your movements and stuff with the controller. And I'm actually surprised that, you don't need to have like a bunch of sensors set up or everywhere. It just kind of communicates with the headset itself. But it's It's a fun little thing overall. I enjoyed it a lot. And just in case anyone was wondering, yes, I did. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh, I like that for you.
Yeah. Okay, so Sarah, there's something, since it's around the Christmas time, there's something I wanted to mention. As I told you, it was about Mariah Carey. What is people's hate with her Christmas music or whatever?
It's like the most frequently played Christmas song of all time. So, people who already are like overwhelmed with Christmas music, they're like, damn it, it's Mariah Carey.
So it's not like she comes out with an album every year. It's just that one album.
Yeah, it's the one song. It's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
But she's made other Christmas. Did she have an entire Christmas album?
I think so, but that was the one that like stuck with everyone. Dude, look, a friend of mine and me last year before Halloween drove through a neighborhood blasting that song, like slowly just driving through the neighborhood. It was a good time, and then he made it his ringtone for the whole month. Except he didn't just use a clip of the song for the ringtone, no. He had the whole song as his ringtone, so if you called him, he just wouldn't answer the phone. He would just let it ring, because it would play literally the whole song if he just left it alone. Some men want to watch the world burn, and he's one of them.
Like watch the world burn or watch the world burn while they look at how hot Mariah Carey is. She's not even. I'm not even looking at a Christmas video, and she's not even dressed that scantily clad. She's fully covered.
She's attractive.
Yeah.
Do you remember her New Year's performance a couple of years ago?
No, I do not.
Oh, it's
What was wrong with it?
A lot. A lot.
New Year's.
A lot. You should
Wait, is it New Year's 2021 or New Year's 2018?
2018. You should like pause the recording, listen to it, and then give your reaction.
All right, I'm going to pause it real quick and we'll get right back to it.
Doubt to it.
Okay, we are back. Wow. It was the New Year's Eve 2016 video. I could even get through it all. Like the first 30 seconds I had to turn it off. It was pretty cringy, to be honest.
I think she must have been drunk. Like one of her reps, I think they said her earpiece wasn't working, but I'm like, okay.
But that doesn't explain her. Like she starts singing and it just stopped and she's like, all right then, you know, I'm
gonna let the audience sing it. Like no, Mariah.
It's almost as bad as no, it's not as bad. But you remember did you ever hear about the whole Michael Bay thing when he was at a tech show or whatever?
No.
And like he was speaking and then all of a sudden it's like, I just can't do this. I'm sorry. And he just walked off stage. Like recorded live. It was so bad. I was just like,
damn, I can't do this anymore. Walks out.
Yeah, it was.
Fucking same, Michael Bay. Fucking same.
I mean, I don't know what was going on that day, if he was just feeling sick or something, but
shit, I also can't do this.
Yeah. Oh man, that was
same.
That was interesting. Like the funny thing was, I looked up the her actual New Year's 2018 performance. I was like, well, there's nothing wrong so far. So is it getting there? And Sarah told me like, no, it's 2016.
It took me a second to remember it was 2016. That didn't feel that long ago.
Yeah, but wow, yeah, she was either a combination of drunk, sound problems, or just I don't know, her voice cracked and all. It was just cringy.
The important thing is Mariah Carey is still hot. She just had a really weird diva moment on stage.
Yeah, I know, really. And that
that's
outfit,
my memory of her.
And that outfit was not helping.
No.
Did you see it was like a leotard type deal?
It wasn't good.
I was like,
poor baby.
I was just like, oh, she's got children watching too. Come on now.
Mariah, what is you doing, honey?
So did you say you had something you wanted to
yeah, I got like a philosophical question for you.
Okay.
I got a philosophical question.
I might have a not philosophical answer.
All right. Assuming that reincarnation into animals is actually a thing that happens when you die.
Oh boy, here we go.
What is the animal that you would least want to come back as? Not most. Everyone always asks most. What is the animal that you would least like to be?
Do insects count?
Yeah, insects, anything.
Well, probably a fucking fly or something.
You don't want to come back as a fly?
No.
They seem pretty unbothered, though.
They also have a short lifespan.
Yeah, but like to them it feels like eons.
Yeah, but well, okay. Let me think. Real talk. Probably as far as insects go, probably anything that's like, like a male black widow or like a male mantis or whatever.
Oh yeah, that would suck because you're gonna get killed after you get laid.
Yeah, I know. Really, like while you're getting laid, your head gets bitten off, or I don't even know how black widows. I know that's kind of how the mantises mate. They mate, and then the female bites the head as they're mating or whatever.
Born to fuck, forced to die.
Yeah, I know. Really.
So I've actually put a lot of thought into it. A lot of thought in this. A lot of thought.
Yeah.
Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of, especially women, they're like, oh, I would love to come back as a horse, you know? They're just so majestic and beautiful, and they could be so, like, free-spirited. It just seems really fun to be a horse. Okay, the animal I least want to come back as is a fucking horse. First of all, you're probably, like, your cousin mother's child. Because you're probably, like, inbred at some point. We literally get breeds of animals based on inbreeding, and I don't know much about horses, but I bet you a lot of pedigree horses have some inbreeding in there because that's literally how we do every species.
You made me think about my last dog. The dog that I had, it was a pit bull. Turns out that the mother was actually the daughter
Oh, no.
of, if I remember correctly. Yeah, her name was Diamond, and I forget the father's name, but they were actually father and daughter, I think.
Oh, no. It happens a lot, though, in, like, animal breeding, right? Like, it happens a lot. Even your best reputable breeders, there's probably some inbreeding somewhere in the DNA.
I'm almost 100% sure. Like, I never talked to my mom or asked her about it, but I'm pretty sure her dog Kingston is probably a product of some line of inbreeding, probably.
Like, can you imagine, though? You're this fucking, like, what, a horse is like, what, 500, 600 pounds?
Yeah.
You're this fucking, like, massive animal. You're giant. But you got these little fucking stick legs. And you don't just got these little fucking stick legs. Like, they can be powerful legs, but also, like, if you break a leg, you can't, like, hold your giant ass up, right? Right? And then you have fucking, like, tunnel vision. Because horses fucking... Part of the reason they're scared of everything, aside from the fact that we've just taken this prey animal and just made it 10 times worse. They're fucking scared of everything. Is they have like tunnel vision. Like they can't fucking see around them very well. So they get startled really easy. So like fucking imagine being a horse and you see a weird shaped tree branch. You get scared and you run into another fucking tree and then they have to kill you because you broke your leg. That seems shitty. Even like the best treated horses, I don't want to be a horse. The best treated horses like carry people around, like get their shoes nailed into their feet. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to not hurt, but I don't want to have to fucking stand there for that. And then when you have a nice stable, you're still standing in your shit for part of the day. Like, what are the advantages of being a horse?
You run fast.
Until you fucking don't anymore.
Yeah.
The worst cases of being a horse is like you have to do a lot of hard labor or some shit. But I feel like even the best situation of being a horse still isn't that much fun. And I'm not saying like, oh, if you own a horse, you're abusing it. No, it just is what it is for the animal. It just doesn't seem fun. Even wild horses gotta be afraid of all the shit in the wild. They're just fearful ass animals. I don't want to come back as a fearful ass animal.
Now that you like maybe think about it, I probably would probably a deer.
Oh shit, that would suck too.
Because you're either the victim of getting hit by a damn car or you're the victim of getting shot in the head.
Yeah, and they're a little more lean than horses, so like the leg break isn't a total death sentence, but still.
I'm thinking more along the lines of them just being like, the saying the whole deer in the headlights thing.
Yeah, everything wants to eat you if you're a deer.
Yeah, I know, including humans. Yeah, it's just like, and they're already, aren't they considered a sort of an infestation? So that's why they're allowed to be hunted.
I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but I know in the South it is.
Yeah. Bless you.
I know in the South, deer, and it's it's a mix of that they don't have a lot of natural predators anymore because we killed a lot of those natural predators, and they don't have a lot of land because we took a lot of that land. God, if only there was
So
a
what you're
way.
saying is that we're repeating history again.
Yeah, if only there was some way that we could have not done those things. But it's too late now.
So they're an infestation, but not because of they breed fast or anything. It's because just of how the city is and all that.
Under like natural circumstances, nature maintains itself pretty good. We just kind of come in and fuck it up. We're good.
Which
at
is
that.
probably why we always have like, that's the one thing I hate. It's just like, especially when you have a new community being built, and then you're cutting down these houses and you're cutting down these trees and stuff. And like the worst thing I hate is when our neighborhood was being built up, and there were spiders and shit everywhere. And the more we built around them, less space those spiders had to go to not bother me.
Yeah, so then they're like in your shit, and you're like, I don't want to be your friend. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. I just remember the one time when I opened the door, 'cause I thought I heard something. I was going outside. It was like close to 9 o'clock. And I opened the door. I know it wasn't a spider scratching the door, but I just remember opening the door, looking around, and looking down and see the spider just walk past me and just kept going into the house.
It's like, no, I'm not here for this. And like, there's a lot of animals that I really am like repulsed by. Like, I hate like the water bug cockroaches. I hate the small cockroaches. Anything that is insect or bug. Usually if it's around and it doesn't touch me, that's one thing. The cockroaches, though, they always fucking fly at the person in the room who is the most scared of them, which is always me. Every fucking time. They're just like, here we go.
Oh, I am. The one time I actually can show you. No, actually, I can't show you. There's a spot up there, right, on my ceiling, somewhere. It's probably not there anymore. 'Cause I probably cleaned it off. There was a cockroach up there. Like, I just happened to look up, 'cause I heard a little sound, and I heard it, and well, I heard the sound, and my cat was going crazy, right? So of course, I look up. There's a cockroach there, and you know what I did? I grabbed a shoe, but I didn't go up close and smack it. I threw my shoe up there. That's how much I hate cockroaches.
I would have fucking died. Sean has to kill them when they're in our house. Like, I can't go and kill them. I can't fucking do it. I need an adult. If I see it and I'm like home alone, I'm gonna close that room off and just not enter it. And then for the next 3 days, I'm gonna be nervous that it's gonna just like pop out of nowhere.
What's the fear of cockroaches?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna look that up.
And you would think that like, oh, well, you grew up in an old house and there were definitely like big water bugs around because it's an old house. Like, you would fucking think that I would have like, grown past that fear, been used to it. No.
Okay.
No.
I found it. This one's gonna be hard, so I'm gonna go through it slowly because that is a weird word. It is Catsauridophobiia.
Fuck them bitches phobia.
Yeah. It's a fear of cockroaches. So do you think you're a cat?
I fucking know.
All right, you know what? This is a good time for me because this has been in my mind for a while, and I heard about it from another show years ago on YouTube. So I'm gonna tell you the definition of phobia real quick. All right, and then I'm gonna tell you what my problem with the definition of phobia is. So here, where is it? Because there's one. Basically, the way one dictionary describes it, and I think a lot of them say it's an irrational fear of something. All right. I want you to think.
But there's lots of phobias that are rational. The fear of heights comes from a rational fucking place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like
we don't fly.
Think about it this way. You're telling me that this eight-legged fucking thing, it's irrational for me to be afraid of it.
Like, is that not like your fucking primitive instincts going, hey, sometimes these are fucking poisonous. Let's not fuck with it. No, that's not what that is, because I'm pretty sure that's what the fuck that is. My caveman brain fucking knows that those fuckers aren't gonna, like, die if there's a nuclear holocaust. So, like,
wait,
I should be
isn't that
afraid
just
of them.
cockroach? Oh, you're talking about cockroaches.
Cockroaches, and, like, spiders I'm okay with. I think they're cool looking, but I don't want to touch them. Like, I want them to be from a distance from me. If a spider's on me, we have a fucking problem. I don't want it on me.
Would you go to Australia for vacation?
Hell no. I would love to go see the Irwin Zoo But I'm scared of the things that live around the Irwin Zoo.
The things that they just like roam around and stuff.
And dude, like I actually kind of like snakes. I think they're pretty dope. I still don't want to be snuck up on.
No,
I don't want a
no.
snake to sneak up on me.
Nope, nope,
Like if
nope.
I'm gonna be around a snake, I want to know that the snake is like there, and I want to be like, oh, cool, snake. I don't want to like have a snake just slither up on me. I don't fucking want that.
So let me ask you a question real quick. What if you're getting ready to get into your car, right? And you happen to look down when you grab the handle, but you see like a giant, like a big old wolf spider or black widow.
Yeah, I don't want that shit.
You're just gonna say, well, I'm not going to do my things today?
I'm gonna give it its space. If it takes more than a minute to go somewhere, I'm gonna get a broom or something and like
Oh, okay. So
help it get its space. A cockroach though, I don't know. I don't know. I might take the hose, like the water hose, after a cockroach.
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna do something, but I definitely won't take an approach to where I think it's gonna make it come towards me.
Like,
If the spider starts to come towards me, I'll just throw the broom or I'll scream and run a little bit. But if a cockroach runs towards me, I'm gonna probably fucking die.
I never thought about the whole water thing, the water hose thing.
I think that's what I would do.
That's
me
like,
thinking on my feet, like water hose.
yeah. I was gonna say, I love the exaggerated methods people always post, like they're just gonna burn their house down or whatever.
Burn the whole house.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what, a situation where I probably would just go on ahead and just light the thing on fire. If there was a spider, right? But it grew wings.
Flying spiders.
Yeah, I would probably just be like, well, I can't let this thing populate. I'd be doing the world a favor if I set my house on fire.
It's been a nice run, humanity. See, I don't know. I guess it would be on the level of cockroach for me at that point. We actually have like a little snake that was living in our siding, and I thought he was pretty cool. But I think I've kind of grown to be a little more okay with snakes because if you have non-poisonous snakes around your homes, it usually means they're eating vermin.
Yeah.
And I'm not
They're taking
afraid
care
of
of
mice.
they're taking care of the stuff that you know.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of mice, but mice and rats do a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want that. And the snake really isn't going to damage any of my property. So, I don't know. Like, I had a pool over the summer, and my neighbor, they're like, have you had any snakes? And I'm like, surprisingly, no. But you would think I have a pool. I keep, like, the plugins in a box near the pool that is usually moist and damp.
Yeah.
You'd think I would have a snake. Never see a snake in my yard. But the neighbor's like, you could smell the mothballs because they're, like, freaking out. And I'm like, it's a non-venomous snake. Like, yeah, you got dogs, but it's non-venomous. If
Yeah,
it bites your dog learns a lesson.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I understand there's a use for some stuff like that, like snakes and stuff, so I'll leave them alone. I'm not going to kill a snake, obviously, but...
And the thing is I don't want to kill a mouse or a rat. I'm okay if a snake kills the mouse or the rat. I don't want to kill it. My dad's house had, like, vermin that would come up in there. And one day I caught a mouse in his trash can. And I was like, I can't kill this. So I took it down to the bottom of the yard nearby the neighbors that I didn't like and released it over there.
Did he look at you and say, goodbye, friend?
I say goodbye, friend. I don't know if he cared about me because he was like, you know, he didn't want to be in the trash can stuck in there. But I was like, homie, it's good.
So how would you feel about coming back as a snake then?
I think it'd be fine.
But
I don't
what
really
type-
like cold weather anyway, so...
Yeah. I was going to say, what type of... excuse me. What type of snake would you want to come back as?
Dude, it'd be kind of fun to be like a king snake.
Right.
Because you fuck up all the other snakes, like the venomous ones.
Right.
But then dumbasses see you and they think you're a venomous snake and they kill you. That would suck. It would kind of suck to be a snake because people, like, really don't understand them. Every spring, like, the local news around here gets really bad about, oh no, someone found a snake in their XYZ stories.
You know,
It's the dumbest shit. It's like, oh no, they found a snake in their shoe that was outside. Yeah, fucking it's a snake. They're snakes. They live
yeah,
there.
they live outside. One of the stories that I remember that fucked with me a little bit when I was younger, but it, you know, how no matter how irrational it is, it was this whole snake in the toilet thing coming out of the toilet. So every time I would sit down, you know, to do my business, I would just think about the snake poking my damn asshole or something, and then scaring the ever-loving shit out of me.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm worried more about it poking me in the butt than I am worried about it biting me in the butt.
Oh god, that is like the American heterosexual male nightmare, though.
Not my nightmare.
The snake poking you in the butt, though. That's the fear that society puts forth on men. The worst thing that's gonna happen to you is something's gonna touch your butt.
I'm just talking about in that instance.
Not death and dismemberment, butt touching.
Butt touching, yeah. Now that's irrational right there. I think
That's what people say like about prison too. They're like, oh no, the worst part about prison is that someone might touch your butt. Not even like prison rape. No, just the idea.
Oh yeah, the whole dropping the soap thing.
Yeah, like yes, rape is bad, but like I don't even think that's the main fear so much as your butt.
So there was a while back. It was a influencer, right? I don't remember his name. He was an influencer who worked closely with Blizzard.
Oh.
So, and I forget his name, but he was caught in a child trafficking scheme or whatever,
God damn it.
or whatever you would call it, to where they meet up to, I guess, to do the evil deed or whatever. But he was caught.
He's grooming from the sounds of it. If it's like,
but he was caught, and then of course his Twitter got blown up with all that stuff. With everybody comment, like the last post that he posted was like when he was playing Warcraft or something, and then everybody in the comments says like, "Well, fuck you, man. I hope you rot in prison," and all that shit. And this one guy put a video, right? It was a GIF of like flashes of different pictures. It was just like the sequence of him getting caught by the police, then the judge. It was like a female judge pointing at him. And then next thing it showed was the prison bars, and then it showed next thing it showed a soap bar on the floor, right?
oh
And then the last thing was a black dude coming out of the corner of a shower looking at him as after the soap bar dropped, and it kept zooming in on the black guy's face.
Why is it always like, I'm gonna get raped in prison by the big black guy? Never, I'm gonna get raped in prison by the twink.
I just don't want to go to prison. How about that?
I guess it's because like they're like only a big black guy can overpower me. I guess that's supposed to be like a compliment. Like that's the only men who are stronger than me are big black men.
Oh, I actually have it in my history. It's the guy's name is Elvanolo or whatever you want to pronounce it. Anyways, let me see if I can. Oh God.
Mr. Blue Sky.
Just play it.
Oh God. Oh God. Hey.
I like it how as it zooms in, it makes that pounding sound like
It's perfectly timed.
Yeah, like that. That's exactly what's gonna happen to your butthole. You know what I mean?
No. Oh God.
It's so bad. Oh, in case you're wondering, yes, his account got suspended.
I could see that happening.
Well, yeah, of course, he's a little.
Rape is
It is a
bad.
little diddler.
Children can't consent. Please remember that children can't consent.
How about just not looking at children that way?
We could just not. Why do it when the option to just not is around?
It's like seeing that creepy asshole at a playground or something.
Oh God.
The guy that comes to the playground every day and just sits there and stares.
Oh, but that's always the stereotype, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
What it usually ends up being is, well, he knew my parents, and my parents decided they were mad about it at first, but then they decided that they liked him. Because as it turns out, you can groom your victim, and you can groom your victim's family.
Like just slowly inserting yourself into their life.
Yeah, there was a Netflix documentary, actually, about this, like, grown man who married this child. She was, like, 12 or something.
So he waited till she was old enough and then...
No.
Oh.
He kidnapped her and married her.
My God.
And her parents, of course, were mad about it, went to trial and everything. And then they started hanging out with the guy again because he lived down the street from them. Let me see if I can find the name of the documentary. I found out about it because the head teller where I used to work at the bank,
Yeah.
one day she told it to me. She was like, I feel like you'll agree with me on this because this is the craziest white people shit I've ever seen, and you understand as a white people.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. She was like, you'll understand.
Random keyboard and sound.
It was wild though, because, okay, yeah, abducted in plain sight, that's the name of it. It's crazy, because it's like, he, like, made her parents, like, sympathize with him. And a lot of states, they just have laws where it's like, well, if your parents consent for you, it's fine. Because, you know, parents can never be wrong.
I think that's just something that needs to be like struck out.
Yeah, it really does.
Like,
Parents
why
can
would
be
the
wrong.
parents like just go on ahead and say, yo, you can marry my 12-year-old? There's something wrong with that.
Like, I had plenty of, like, boys that my mom liked. This does not mean they were boys that I should have dated or,
Yeah.
you know, that were good partners.
Well, he's a good guy. I'm not gonna let you fucking marry him though.
Yeah, no. Don't. Parents shouldn't be able to consent for their kids to marry. That's weird. It's weird shit. We have dowries or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Sorry, you when you said kidnapping, it made me think. For whatever reason, it made me think about Rick James. And did you know he kidnapped somebody?
What?
Yeah.
No.
real. No, okay. I'm gonna read it real quick. I got the Wikipedia page pulled up. So it says, by the 1990s, James' drug use was public knowledge. He was heavily addicted to cocaine and later admitted to spending about $7,000 per week on drugs for 5 years straight.
God damn. I am
Yeah.
Rick James, bitch.
Yeah. On August 2nd, 1991, James and his girlfriend, Tanya Hijazi, were arrested on charges of holding a 24-year-old Frances Alley hostage for up to 6 days, tying her up, forcing her to perform sexual acts, and burning her legs and abdomen with the hot end of a crack cocaine pipe during a week-long cocaine binge.
What the hell?
James faced a maximum sentence of life in prison if convicted on all charges, which included assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated mayhem, torture, forcible oral copulation, false imprisonment, and kidnapping.
Am I gonna find out like this is where the I'm Rick James bitch memes come
I
from?
don't know. This is the part that people don't even think about. Thank God for Wikipedia, right?
There's more that people. There's more to think about.
Let's see. On November 3rd, 1992, while out on bail for that incident, listen, this is great. While he was out on bail for that incident, James, under the influence of cocaine, assaulted music executive Mary Sauger at the St. James Club and Hotel in West Hollywood. Sauger claims she met James and Hijazi for a business meeting, but said the two then kidnapped and beat her over a 20-hour period.
What the hell?
James was found guilty of both offenses, but was cleared of a torture charge that could have put him in prison for the rest of his life. While serving the 5-year sentence at Folsom Prison, James lost a civil suit to Sauger, who was awarded nearly $2 million in damage in 1994. James was ordered to pay her about $1 million. The
So-
hotel and a private security firm were found. Blah 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 blah. Yeah,
So like he's canceled, right?
I don't think it existed back then.
Yeah, but like now he's canceled.
Well, he's dead, so.
Okay, well he's canceled.
So if you're talking about canceled as in dead, then yes, yes he is.
But like we can cancel dead people.
But yeah, he kidnapped somebody. That's the one thing about the celebrities back in the day, man. They got away with a lot of shit.
It's crazy too because it's like everybody fucking knows who you are. What are you doing? And they're just like vibing.
Him and his wife just went on a fucking cocaine binge and kidnapped a person. Who does that? Someone on a cocaine binge,
yeah,
obviously.
someone on cocaine. Drugs are bad.
I know we talked about weed on a previous episode, but
Okay, but I've never heard of anybody
yeah, I
smoking
know
so
exactly.
much weed that they go like,
they kidnap somebody and,
Yeah.
and burn them with a crack cocaine pipe or a bong or whatever.
yeah, that's not a weed behavior.
Yeah, no, that's definitely cocaine behavior.
Yeah, that's some crack shit right
Man.
there.
Drugs were something else back in the day.
Not like what the kids do these days.
What do they do these days?
I don't know. I'm so out of touch with the kids.
I don't even know what drugs are, what the popular drug is right
Are there new drugs?
now. Probably the same stuff.
Okay, let's find out what drugs the kids are doing these days. Okay, Google, tell me. What drugs are kids doing?
I like how you're
in
putting exactly that in
2021?
in Google.
Yep, it'll be on your router history forever. You're
I
welcome.
don't care. There's a lot. I'm more worried about the other stuff that I'm looking at.
Teen drug statistics. Drug use among 8th graders increased 61% between 2016 and 2020. Those were a rough 4 years, buddy. I can see why. Don't do drugs, but I understand. 62% of teenagers by 12th grade have abused alcohol. So they've spilled it.
uh, I was gonna say, well, I that one makes sense because of probably parents having alcohol
Well,
in
and
their
like
household.
pretty much everybody drank as a teen. Like I drank as a teen.
Yeah, I did too.
But of course, I didn't have like a substance abuse problem as a teen.
My mom. Okay, sorry guys, it's too late now because you can't say well what was wrong with her back then. My mom tried to educate me on alcohol when I was early, so when I was a younger kid, so that way she would know. Like I would get the idea or whatever.
I think a lot of parents did that, which I don't see a
Yeah,
problem with.
I was like,
honestly.
that was supervised, obviously, guys. So don't go and say, well, your mom's a bad influence. No, my mom is not a bad influence.
If you have a little shit child who's fucking that curious about it and you know they're gonna go get it anyway, fucking be like, here, taste this absinthe. They taste that shit and they hate alcohol for the next 12 years. A plus.
I was gonna say, one thing my dad mentioned back in the day was like, I don't even know why the thing, because obviously my dad's not that religious either. So you know how in religion they always promote you wait till you're married to do the deed, to have sex.
Yeah.
But my dad was like, man, look, they're teenagers, they're horny, they're gonna do it anyway. So you might as well teach them how to be safe about it.
Hell yeah, realistic parenting. My mom was like that, but then she was also like, but not you. You won't be the one.
Yeah.
I know kids screw, so they need protection, but mine won't. Really, Mom? In her defense, I didn't really get out there until I was like 18 anyway, but
I think
which
most
I
of,
feel like is good. Don't have sex until you're 18.
yeah, really, it's just way too much. And when you're 18, you have sex with another 18-year-old.
Oh God, yes.
Just don't.
Don't have sex with a non-18-year-old. But God, when you're 18, it's just so much better because then if your parents find out you were doing it, what are they gonna do? Be mad? They're not gonna like try to have your 16-year-old boyfriend put in jail with you.
Put a chastity belt on him or something.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm sure there are parents that try to control their 18-year-olds to that extent, but
who do they still do chastity belts and shit?
I'm sure some culty places still do it.
Like, I know women have a chastity belt, and isn't the male version just a sex toy or whatever? Like one of those cock and ball torture type of
It kind of
deals.
looks like it. I found one. I can't even remember how I found it, but I was scrolling through something and showing it to a friend the other day because it looked so crazy.
Well, look, it's like the smallest thing. You just put your junk in there, and it's locked up. And then it's the most painful thing too when you.
It's like, what? I need to pee. I need this free.
I like how we just jumped on the subject.
Some people still use this historical item today.
The chastity belt.
Really?
Who?
I mean, I could see some like French cultures doing it, but like, is it
Chastity
like,
belt.
are they still using it in America?
There's a band called Chastity Belt.
Bet that is a good name for a band.
Chastity Belt.
It's
It
a
looks like an old band, or I don't know when they came out. Chastity Belt is a. God, do you see this thing?
Yeah.
Do you see what? Oh God.
Yeah, they're wild. Mom used to threaten me.
With a chastity belt?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of
when
a
the hell
joke.
was she gonna get one?
She wasn't, but it was also. I think it was like half of a joke, but I never really know. Like she could have been serious. She also used to say she was gonna like charge boys like money if they wanted to sit on the porch with me.
I was about to say.
I was like, that's prostitution.
Yeah, I was about to
Mom.
say that's kind of prostitution.
But it was supposed to be like an old school thing from back in the day. Like, you make them sign a bond that if anything happened, they would, I guess, pay you for whatever they did to your child. I don't know. I was like, Mom, that's fucking weird. And plus, you like all the boys that I know, so I don't think you're gonna do that. And I called her bluff because she wasn't gonna do
Well,
that.
the only thing now I'm seeing, the first time I was introduced to the concept of chastity belt, believe it or not, was I'm actually looking at it right now. I'm on the Wikipedia page for chastity belts, but the first time I ever saw a chastity belt, or what it was, I didn't understand what it was back then, but I do now. It was Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That's a good introduction.
Yeah, I know.
That was a good sound reaction.
Yeah. So, because she had this big ass metal underwear, which was her chastity belt, and me as a kid watching, I was like, oh, I wonder what that's for. And then me getting older, and finally, I was like, oh, that.
Oh yeah, wait, because I think I remember the scene. She says it's the key to her heart, right? Like there's a pause.
Yeah.
She's like, only he has the key to my heart. It's great how like that scene out of all of the movie stuck with me all of these years, because I can't tell you the last time I watched it. It was probably childhood.
Oh, we should go watch it again.
Oh god, yeah. But you also have to watch Jojo Rabbit.
I do. I looked up the synopsis for it, and I was like, this actually sounds interesting.
It's super good, and like what set me off on that path this week was one of the kids from it is in the Home Alone remake right now, and I was like, this is a bad fucking use of this child's acting ability. It angers me that they put him in that shit flick.
I didn't even I forgot they were doing a Home Alone remake.
Yeah, it's not great.
So it's already out?
Yeah. The kid that's in it, he's legitimately a good actor though. Like, he's in Jojo Rabbit, and he's great in every scene he is in. He's just,
Well, hopefully it doesn't.
My boy.
Like, hopefully it doesn't. Well, at least he got into a good movie. You remember Jake Lloyd from fucking Star Wars?
Oh yeah, wrecked that kid's career.
That was one thing.
So he's like, for the movie he's in, I know one of them is fantastic, and the other one is shit. 50% chance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like start a petition to save this kid. I
Well,
can't
wasn't
remember his name.
Jojo Rabbit was nominated and stuff too for awards and stuff.
It didn't get super popular. It wasn't. I don't even think it was released everywhere at first either.
No, the funny thing that got me, because I never heard of the movie until you sent it to me the other day, and I like looked it up and I was reading the synopsis like, okay, the imaginary friend Adolf Hitler. I'm like, excuse me, what?
Yeah.
I think that was what was like, okay, this is actually interesting. Hold on a minute.
It's weird too, because the way I saw it is I kept getting sponsored ads on Facebook that would show up on my timeline. And I was like, Sean, we gotta go see this movie. I like pesticated him about it. Like nonstop. And he didn't look up anything on the movie, so he didn't even know what it was gonna be about. So we went to see it in the movie theater, and like, you know, Sean doesn't post on social media, right? Like ever.
He does it occasionally, and something stupid.
Yeah, like a meme or something, but he doesn't write out a status, right? Mm-hmm. When was the last time you saw him write a status?
Never.
Yeah, so after we saw this movie, we're going to bed that night, he posts a status. Like, he writes a status telling people they should go see the movie.
Oh, really?
That's how good of a fucking movie it is.
You know the funny thing? There are movies that, you know, my dad never really like watches movies much. It's got to be like a really good film. I can only think of 2 movies that he actually enjoyed. Seabiscuit and Lilo and Stitch.
Hell yeah.
And we only went to go see Lilo and Stitch because I wanted to go see it. So
I have a hard time just watching a movie. I usually have to like multitask or something. I could sit down and just watch Jojo Rabbit though. I've seen it like 4 times now, so I'm now at the point where I can do other tasks as I watch it. Because the first couple times I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do anything else. Because it's one of those movies where every shot has a meaning. Like, there's something going on in every shot.
Right.
There's no useless scenes, no useless shots, no useless dialogue. All of it seems to have, like, a really good purpose.
You know, that's what I was expecting out of The Last Airbender.
Oh, no.
Everything you just described was
what did I tell you that would make you believe that?
No, you didn't tell me that. It's just when you said you were describing the movie and everything, like everything that was right about that movie was everything that Airbender did wrong.
Oh yeah, so you were looking for extra meaning in that shit. There was none to be had.
No,
I think he tried to do something with it, but I don't know what. She sure was trying. They've cast a lot of the mains for the Netflix.
Yeah, I heard you. I know you were pretty impressed with them.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the cast. I went from cautious optimism to like cautious excitement now. Granted, that could still get completely wrecked. Completely wrecked. Like you can have a good cast and wreck it.
Did you ever watch the Cowboy Bebop anime?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
So obviously I think the Netflix one is out already.
It is. Have you seen it?
No.
I haven't seen it either.
But I think I don't know what it is right now, but there's a scene floating around because one of the characters that people were waiting to see was Ed, the red-haired I don't know.
I guess non-binary would fit for a description now because they never said what gender Ed was.
I think that he's a girl, but I don't know. Either way, though, the thing is like someone brought up because the person that portrayed Ed in the actual life when she actually appeared, I gotta look it up. I'm sorry, I can't say he, she, they. I gotta figure it out. Or if it's non-binary, then I'll say
for
they.
So long, especially around that era of anime, that was a trope. a ton of shows had like the gender ambiguous character that everybody fought about.
Yeah, the only reason, like, I just want to make sure I say it properly, and that's because I actually respect,
Yeah, you're trying to get it as right as you can get it.
Yeah. So, let's see, is a very strange, somewhat androgynous, and extremely intelligent teenage girl of around 13 years of age. So she's a girl,
Okay.
but she's very androgynous though. So
Yeah.
according to them, it's a girl. So I'm sorry, Anyways, so she debuted. I don't know if it was like if she's actually in the anime. I don't think they really knew much about autism back then, or if she was considered autistic or whatever.
I don't think it was like an intentional thing. I think it was more of a haha fun, goofy, quirky character.
Yeah, and then
anime trope.
And then people were I guess you care about spoilers for it? Not
No.
really. Okay, spoilers. I spoiled it already anyway. It showed up at the end of I think the last episode of the live action series, and a lot of people were upset with how she was portrayed. Like, I don't know, it was weird. I was like, well, that's the last episode. How about the rest of it though? Because y'all shouldn't. There's a guy that said, don't watch this Netflix special, and it was because of that fucking scene.
Okay, so and another.
So I'm like
thing,
thinking like, okay,
with
what
that,
about the rest of the? What about everything? What
with
about
that remake? So many of the people talking about it have been reactionaries to the whole, oh, the big booba isn't big booba bouncing. So I don't know if they're just mad about the big booba still, or if they're mad because it's legitimately not a good remake.
That's what I'm saying. It's like everybody seems to be basing, like, it's Twitter, number one, and y'all already know my opinion on Twitter. But of course they posted, and it seems like everybody is like saying, don't watch this series because of that one scene. And I'm trying to figure out, well, what about the rest of it? That one scene doesn't mean because that doesn't make the rest of the season garbage. I mean, it may not be good.
The trailer I saw, if I had one complaint to make about it from somebody who didn't really get into the series, the trailer I saw was too cartoony. Like, it was kind of corny. They were like, oh yeah, remember it's based off of an anime.
Well, the way I saw it was like, have you ever seen Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
It gave me Scott Pilgrim vibes. Like they were trying to go kind of for that. It was sort of like anime-ish, I
But
guess.
it worked for Scott Pilgrim because Scott Pilgrim was already...
In a video game based world, sort of. A
Yeah.
nerd based video game based world, yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, you're just calling back to the fact that it was animated, but it's supposed to be live action. Like, which is it? I feel like you kind of gotta pick one and stick to it. Like, you gotta
Right.
commit. And if anything stuck out to me, it was that. But I really don't know because, like, all the reviews seem pretty mixed.
Yeah.
And some of the people who don't like it, I think they might have just wanted a 1-to-1 and didn't get a 1-to-1, and they don't understand that a 1-to-1 is gonna look corny as hell.
Well,
I don't care if you have the best cosplayers in the world, it's gonna look corny.
here's the thing about it. When people say we wanted a 1-to-1 remake, if you want a 1-to-1 remake, they just watch the original.
Yeah, why bother?
I mean, it's there. It's literally there.
Or like, you know how Disney's tried to do a lot of remakes and live action, and they'll add 1 or 2 scenes trying to clear up a plot hole that wasn't really a plot hole, that was just where adults weren't suspending their disbelief enough.
Look, I didn't like Lion King because they didn't have the little clause that say sex in it, all right?
They fucking sang "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" in the middle of the goddamn day. Beyonce Knowles could have been the best voice actress to ever grace the silver screen, and I'd have still thought that shit was garbage.
Do you remember when they were talking about, whenever... So in The Lion King, obviously, Simba and Nala do the deed.
Yeah, they fucking do it.
Yeah, but, of course it's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
And then Timon and Pumbaa are there watching it happen. Did you realize that? Do you realize that?
The fucking voyeurism.
But, and the funny thing is like, I never seen it because I was just like, all their live action ones haven't been.
No, at best they're fucking boring.
Yeah. So people were posting pictures about that. It's like what the scene looked like in Lion King, the animated one, and then they said what it looked like in the live action one. It was just 2 lions fucking.
I don't understand the fellow adults in the room who they're like, oh, but the live action version is better for me. Because you're too fucking jaded to suspend your disbelief for a fucking hour to watch some 2D animation thing? Like, really? You're just talking animals with a patriarchal ruler system that obey the thing that eats them makes so much goddamn sense that the only thing you needed to enjoy it was to see real looking lions instead of cartoon lions. Like, what? It's still fucking a weird ass story. It's not like, if you wanted a real ass adult version, go watch fucking Hamlet.
Pretty much.
Fucking, I don't know what they wanted or what they think they want. Like, it's
What
so
out of a
weird.
live action?
It's so
Well,
weird.
the thing
like,
is, it's just like, I just don't think, like, what was the first live action remake that they did? It was Beauty and the Beast, right?
maybe I feel like Beauty and the Beast was maybe the second or third, but Beauty and the Beast was so fucking boring.
I just think a lot of that stuff just not does it. I don't know what they were, what the whole, because it doesn't seem like they're doing any more live action anymore. I don't know what their point was doing.
Oh no, they're doing more. They've got a Little Mermaid live action coming out.
Right. Oh, that
I'm hoping they actually go a different direction with that one. Looking at the casting, I'm hoping that's what that means. Plus, she's a fantastic fucking actress.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but she's fucking fantastic. So
I just think it's I don't know. I just think a lot of stuff is just that was the one thing about Disney that was just so stupid. Like, they have a good movie. They had like Pocahontas, right? Obviously, we talked about Pocahontas on Cry.
This is fucking garbage.
What, the movie?
Yeah,
What, the animated movie?
it's kind of garbage.
Was it really?
Now that I know more about history, it was kind of garbage.
Okay.
Even as a kid, it was kind of boring.
Well, I didn't mind it. Like, okay, so maybe
Dad,
you're
I love him.
no. I just think it's the only thing I liked about that movie was just the damn song. That was it.
Yeah, the songs were good.
Yeah, the songs were
But
good.
it's a Disney movie. Like, if the songs don't slap, what the fuck is there?
Yeah. Well, so what I was saying was the other problem that Disney had back in the day was making sequels to these movies, and the sequels were garbage. Pocahontas 2 was garbage.
Oh my god, yeah.
They made Lion King 2. That wasn't that good, I don't think. They made Mulan 2. That wasn't that good. We watched that. And I was kind of sad about that because I actually loved Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan was really good, and then fucking Mulan too.
Yeah. So it's like whenever Disney has a masterpiece, they think of a way to, okay, we made a masterpiece. Now how can we fuck it up?
And the era that Mulan 2 was made actually was like around the time that they were doing all of these direct-to-video, direct-to-DVD sequels.
Yeah, I forgot they were all direct to.
That's when Lion King 2... Lion King 2, I think, was the first direct to...
No, I thought it came out in theaters because Lion King is one of their popular ones. I think it came out.
I thought it was one of the first direct to VCR.
I'll have to look it up later.
Like,
but
direct to videos.
direct to video.
But like, Lion King 2 wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Granted, they tried to retcon a bunch of shit in Lion King 2, and it's like, why?
Well, was it?
Who are these other lions?
Weren't they just trying
Did
to?
Scar reproduce?
Yeah, like he had a son that was.
Yeah, but Kovu wasn't his, but he picked Kovu, but his actual son was a fuck up, and he had this side bitch, and like, where was she in the original? We didn't see any of the other lions.
I like how we're talking about lions and pride and calling them side bitches and stuff, like applying human concepts to
like,
them.
apparently she was his side bitch. I don't know.
Scar looks like the type of guy
If they can have a goddamn king and a queen, then he can have a side bitch.
I don't know. I'm just saying, Scar looked like a rapist, and just straight up like a rapist in that movie.
There was a deleted scene that was low-key kind of rapey, actually.
You have to show.
I was like legitimately glad that they took that one out of the film. I think it pushed it a little further than it needed to. He says something about Nala marrying him or whatever, and she didn't matter. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh no! I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm glad they pulled that one. I feel like they wanted to make him more threatening, and they were like, "Wait, this is a little bit too far."
Dad, what does he mean by marry her and force her down?
Oh my god!
Imagine having to explain that shit to your kid in a theater. Are you finding it still, or?
Yeah, well, I found it.
You're just trying to find the part where they're talking about it?
Yeah, if I can, I just want to turn on the caption.
Okay.
And it starts off like the older scene.
Why am I not love simple sire? Is this isn't, the captions are auto-generated, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not going to make sense then. the armpit of Africa. It literally just said that in the captions.
He might have actually said that. Sounds like something he would actually say. Is that something Movie Scar would say? It's like incel Scar.
Yeah, I know, really.
Incel Scar activated. Even in the pencil drawing, that's just not okay.
Yeah, it really is. And the way he said it, too.
No, no.
Okay,
No.
Hey, Christian, when you edit this, you're gonna have a lot to edit out. Those little blank parts, so sorry.
He's gonna keep all of this shit. He's gonna be like, no.
No, he's like, you know what? No, fuck y'all. I'm keeping it all in.
I'm a guest star.
It'd be funny
not-
if, you know what the funny thing would be is if he started putting in his own little stuff in between those gaps and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, like he just fills the gaps. He's like, hey guys, what's
Like
up?
every time I say that, like say something, he responds like, "No, I'm not gonna fill it up. I'm just gonna keep it
Editor
in."
Christian here.
Yeah, Christian, look, listen. Feel free to do what you want, man. I don't care if it makes if it makes for quality content. Go for it. I'm all for it.
I have to sneeze.
Have you ever wanted to start a podcast for yourself, but you didn't know where to start? Well, let me tell you about Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First off, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor is even kind enough to distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Finally, you can make money for your podcast with no minimum listenership. So don't sleep on it. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM. Bless you.
Damn it.
So we are close to getting to the hour mark.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
We banged out some random topics today.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable lion situations. It's a long scene. It's like 5 minutes. I'm so glad they cut this out. I give Disney so much shit, but like, fucking, sometimes they just make the right choice.
Yeah, sometimes.
Glad they cut this shit out.
Oh, do you remember, speaking of which, I remember I hated the whole thing whenever those commercials would come on. Like, get the movie now before it gets stored back into the vault.
Oh, yeah.
That's just so stupid. Like, you're going to release it. I have not seen that commercial in forever, which means like the shit's just out everywhere now.
Well, yeah. You know what, part of the reason that Disney didn't, part of what killed Betamax is the fact that Disney chose to release on VHS finally. After years of going back and forth and just saying they wanted to just re-release in theaters only. They didn't want home videos to ever be a thing. So the compromise was like kind of doing the vault thing and doing re-releases. Because people would buy the re-release because, ooh, new bonus feature, ooh, new cover art. And even the VHS, a lot of those VHSs have like extremely high sticker prices because, wow, this is the only one released with that cover. Wow, this is the only cut of that version. It created a whole market.
Yeah. I don't know, the whole exclusive cover thing. Do you remember back when the first Deadpool came out and we had him when we worked at Target?
Yeah.
A lot of the movies that I guess Sony had made or whatever, they changed them to have Deadpool. Like the covers for those movies had Deadpool on them.
Because Walmart did a ton of those too.
Yeah, I think it was Target and Walmart. They had a bunch of them where instead of the character of that movie, it was Deadpool dressed as them or something like that.
Yeah, because it would be like Rocky, and it's not Sylvester Stallone. It's
It's
Deadpool.
Deadpool. That was funny. I actually thought that was cool.
It's a good way to resell an old movie too.
And I just thought it was so funny. I was just like, that is hilarious how they did that.
That's the shit that they do like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So see here, like they did it before The Martian too. Yeah. See, look at this. I'm gonna turn the camera real quick. See that?
What's great is like
Yeah. See, they did it for The Martian.
we didn't own a lot of those movies, and I think we even talked about buying some because we're like, well, we don't fucking own it, and it would be a funny ass copy to have.
They did it with that. They did it with fucking X-Men Apocalypse. They just had a bunch of Deadpool. Like they had all the X-Men on the cover.
All over the damn.
Yeah, it was funny. It was a good way to promote. He's
the right character for it. Like I feel like it wouldn't work with
They even
all
went,
the characters.
They went back and even did it for like Predator. They did it for Logan. They did it for Terminator.
Freaking hell.
Yeah,
Just good. It's
it was
good stuff.
It was good marketing, and They did for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh, I'll show you the rest of these when we're
I
after.
I appreciate good marketing. I
Oh,
love
yeah. When marketing is good,
I love good marketing. I mean, I know it's like a disgustingly capitalist element of our society, but damn, just the level of manipulation there that can get masses to spend their money. Damn, it's kind of good sometimes. I'm like, God, that's clever.
hey,
Salesmanship.
you know what?
It's an art.
Cyberpunk 2077 got me to buy it because of Keanu Reeves, and I kind of regret it now
Oh,
because that game was a disaster.
not Daddy Keanu.
Well, I liked Keanu Reeves. I was
He's
just
a
like,
good guy though.
yeah, he is. He's
It's
really
not
good.
his fault the game sucks.
Yeah, but well, I mean, I ain't got nothing else to say. I think
Yeah,
I think this is a. It started out kind of like weird, but I think we kind of just got into it.
Yeah, I'm just
afterwards.
like, Kevin spent money on a thing.
Yeah,
Damn, I can't buy that thing. I'll just get motion sick playing it. Like, I've never attempted to play VR because I'm pretty sure it'll get me motion sick. I get motion sick playing normal video games.
do
I
you?
don't want to die. Yeah, like, especially if the frame rate's not kind of perfect.
Oh right.
But even with the frame rate good, my eyes start watering. I have to take a break. I can't.
You probably wouldn't be good at like Ace Combat games, like.
Oh, I hate flying games.
Yeah.
Sean loves Flight
Oh.
Simulator and all those, and he'll be playing, and he's like, look at this, watch this, and I'm like, no fucking thank you.
I will say I played just one real quick thing because I like flight sims too a little bit. Man, I played Star Wars Squadrons. I cannot play that game. It is so tough to control and pilot and all that stuff.
Too much motion in the ocean.
Yeah, and you're in space too, so and it's multi-direction. You know, it's directional.
Oh,
so
God, yeah.
You're one minute you're looking at a station that's that you're looking at the base view of, and next thing you know, you're flying around and it's upside down. All of a sudden, you're flying straight. It just screws with me.
Humans aren't meant to be in space.
But
Meant to touch grass.
Hey, look, we got the Space Force though.
Space Force.
Sarah, if the Space Force would pay off all your debts to join, would you join?
I mean, on the one hand, the ethical side of it, we literally signed a treaty saying that we would not militarize space. That's kind of what Space Force is supposed to be. But on the other hand, if they pay off all my debts, that's not that much money. I'm not in a lot of debt.
I'm in a lot of debt. I got student loans. Well, probably what I would consider a lot of debt is not a lot of debt.
Let's see. I'm under 100,000 in debt, and that is with house, with cars, with personal loan. Even if I was gonna fix my house up, I would probably still have. I'd be right at 100,000, or have a little bit less than 100,000.
I am over 100,000 in debt currently.
Hot damn! Well,
No,
your
we got-
house is your house is already.
Yeah, my house is
My house is very cheap.
Yeah, mine was what 112 when I got it, 112,000, and then I'm down to like 108.
My house is old and it used to belong to a handyman, so everything is fixed weird, and we have to go back and refix stuff. We actually just found a hidden outlet in our kitchen. Like, in the cabinet, I'm pretty sure they had a dishwasher at one point, and that's why the floor's a little weird right there. This whole time we've been thinking it was severe water damage, but I'm pretty sure they had a dishwasher, which could have been water damage. That might be why they don't have it anymore.
Yeah, probably.
But we found this weird old outlet in the cabinet. So that's been fun. You always, like, the fun of an old house is you just always find weird shit.
And then just like was like, well, that's kind of weird. Why is it there?
Yeah. Like, there's a shoe in our attic that just came with the house. A single shoe.
Okay, I have an attic in here, and I haven't been up there yet because I'm just a little scared.
We should go in your fucking attic. I don't like to go into my attic, but I'll probably go into your attic.
Well, you know,
don't
the
like
only
my
reason
attic.
is because I just don't want to go up there and all of a sudden I discover like a squatter up there.
Well, if there's a squatter in your attic, you should probably fucking know.
I know, but it's just like,
Yeah, but he's like coming down and cuddling your cats while you're not home. What the fuck, man? We can't let the squatter live up there. We're going.
it's like 3 years I've had a squatter up there without knowing.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, what's up?
Like if it would be funny. Like right now, he calls. Said, "Did somebody call me?" And I'd be like, "Gotta end the podcast. Sorry, bye."
Well, special guest star, Kevin Squatter.
Water. Oh boy. Well, Sarah, I think we can call it an episode. I
Yeah.
guess. Probably next time we record, we'll definitely have a topic. We got a
Yeah.
few that we want to talk about. And also, we did guest star on the Cry Havoc podcast. So if you, I posted links on it on our Facebook already. So if you haven't checked that out, please go. You can not only check out the episode that we were on, it's pretty chaotic, but it's still fun. Not only check that out, but just check out his podcast in general. It's good content. Give it a listen, and probably subscribe to him or whatever it is they do on Spotify or whatever.
Follow, subscribe, ring bell. I don't. Whatever you're doing these days to get your notifications.
But yeah, just give that a listen. I mean, that's all I got. So we will see y'all next time when we actually have a proper topic. I hope y'all enjoy this episode, and we'll see you next time.